So, will there be a wedding today? Will there be a wedding? Or a funeral? Which man shall it be? You know, this whole series, this is the one book. Fix my bangs. This is book 9 in the series. And, oh, by the way, welcome to the Daily Read Book Series. I'm Christina. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no themes, none of that fancy stuff going on here. And please hit the like and subscribe. Please, please, please. So, the whole series. Mark Simon, Mark Simon, Mark Simon, Mark Simon. Mark Simon, Tony, Mark Simon, Tony, Mark Simon, Mark Simon, Mark Simon. You know all about my past. But Simon has not been truthful to ADDIE at all. Not at all. It seems he forgot one piece of information. You know? What do you think? Oh, good God, I can't handle this. So it's the big day, and all ADDIE can do is worry about the damn dog. And you know, I'm still got that pet peeve because the dog belonged to the other lady. And if the author was going to give ADDIE her dog, why couldn't she have given it a new name? When the dog first appeared, it belonged to that other lady. And then all of a sudden it's ADDIE's, and ADDIE is massively, massively, over-compulsively insecure about the dog. Severely. It drives me crazy. Oh, look! There's a co-host. She came to the wedding. I can't handle it. What? Da 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 da. I can't handle it anymore. Oh. So, it's the big wedding day. It's a massively big wedding day. The whole town has turned out for it. And you're walking down the aisle. Here comes the bride, here comes the bride, all dressed in white, who's gotten over her David stuff, who's gotten over her Mark stuff, and she's chosen you, Simon, to be the guy that she's going to spend the rest of her life with. And you're walking down the aisle, and the door of the church slams open. Oh, it's going to bother me now. The door of the church slams open, and Valerie walks in and says she's come to stop the wedding. Why is she come to stop the wedding? Where's my... Oh. It turns out that she and Simon were married 16 years ago. And they filed an annulment, and the lawyer never filed the annulment. So, they are still married. So, Addie storms up. Simon never told her. Come here. Simon never told her that he was in any kind of relationship prior to her. Simon never told her he was married before her. He never told her. The A and B and C and D and E, right? And then it turns out that his wife got pregnant with child. Would you stop? Come here. You're putting your fingernails in my knee. Alright. Come here. She had a child, and she gave the child up for adoption. And the child had a good life as far as we know. We're not really told much details. But apparently, after the parents of the child died, the grandparents raised the child, and now the grandparents are going into, one died and one's going into assisted living. So the kid being 16, he needs parents, and she has filed for for guardianship of her own son. And yeah, it was a son. And Simon is now a father of a 16-year-old kid. And Valerie there is thinking, we can get back together. I can use Mason as a reason for Simon and me to get back together. And, Simon is like, yeah, we'll work this out. We'll work this out. And 90%, Addie's like, no, it's done. You've got a wife you never told me about. You've got a kid you never knew about. You're happy being a parent. You're happy being with Valerie. We're done. We are so done. In the meantime, Addie is searching her aunt's diaries. And it turns out her aunt isn't her aunt. Her aunt is her grandmother. And she's finding all the journals and reading about all the stuff that went on in this woman's life. But why didn't she get married? And she finds this book that says it's to her granddaughter. And Addie always thought this woman was her aunt, and it turns out she was the grandmother. And she does some investigations, and she finds out that the grandmother fell in love with this guy, David, and he was ecstatic that she was with child, and he was all eager to get married. And some other people found out, and they killed him. And that was like 70 years ago. And she, too, gave her child up for adoption. But it was kept in sort of kind of the family sort of situation. So that's how she always knew what was going on with her son, Addie's dad. And she puts all the pieces together that way. Then we have Nikki, who's a cousin of Serena's, who's running away from an abusive situation. And she's working in the tea shop, but she's also got a library degree, I believe. And so Addie's thinking she needs to work in the bookstore with her. And Serena and them are like, no, give her some time. But then Serena beats her to the punch, and Paige beats her to the punch. And Nikki turns out to be a great fit. So we haven't really gotten to know Nikki on a one-on-one basis yet.
As a reminder, give Edward cleaning supply.
So we haven't really gotten to know her yet. She's only been on the fringes. So Addie is investigating her grandmother's situation and her potential grandfather's murder. She's doing that. And then in the meantime, Valerie's mom dies during the adult baby shower. Welcome to the family, 16-year-old Mason. All these people come over and have tea and sandwiches with the crust cut off situation. And they have this big situation, but the aunt dies in the middle of the whole thing. She was poisoned. And they think it was a heart attack, but then it becomes the fact that she was poisoned. So Mark is reaching out to Addie. Hey, can you help me with this? Well, I thought you were with Riley. Oh, no. Riley's got somebody else. She was from a previous book. So Mark is spending quite a bit of time. He's using the case as an excuse to hang out with Addie quite a bit. And so we see Serena and the rest of them too. But Addie spends quite a bit of her time going through her attic. Wouldn't you love to have an attic full of treasure troves of old books? Oh, it would just be awesome. We won't go there. I have some childhood stuff that my mom threw out that I protested. But anyways, it's just, this was the first book that I really, really enjoyed of this series. It had the genealogical aspect. We were searching through the diaries. We were finding out about the past, finding out that her aunt was her grandmother in real life, and discovering all the stuff about Addie. And the relationship angst. Addie finally said, goodbye, Simon. Bye-bye, Simon. You've got this other life here. You're not coming to me. I'm a third wheel, a fourth wheel in this little party here. You've got Valerie and you've got Mason. You're busy. And so they've got the situation there. And then this poor old Mark going, yay! Addie's single again. I can pursue her. And around the corner that you didn't see coming was Tony, the famous author from the last book, who was her teenage boyfriend, first crush, who disappeared in the middle of senior year and was never heard from again. He had a family situation that took over and no one was allowed to discuss it. And now he's this big famous author, and he calls and he's like, I'm sorry to hear what happened, blah, 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 blah. And he's over in England on a book tour, and Kalia, her cousin, is over in England. She's a famous designer now. She's gotten her thing in the dresses. She makes dresses and opens stores and dress up and stuff like that. So at the end of the book, Addie's going bye-bye, and I get the feeling our next murder is going to be in England. But yeah, we're almost up to the end. There's a new one that came out in about a month ago. We'll have to look into that one, see if we can get it. It's a Christmas one. So we went with the Addie, Mark, Simon, Mark, Simon, Mark, Simon, Mark, Simon, 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 maybe not Simon, maybe Mark, maybe Tony. Which way are we gonna go with this? And who killed Valerie? Oh, Laurel. Laurel. Who killed Laurel? Sorry, excuse me. Who killed Laurel? Simon, Valerie, Mason. We've got a family unit there now. Addie can't compete with all that. And Mark! What's gonna happen with Mark, our police person, our chief of police? What's gonna happen with him? Is he gonna pursue Addie? And what's going on with Tony? Because I think Mark's the best one for her because of the police work. They get involved in it. I think her best point would be Mark. But now that Simon's out of the picture with Valerie, we're gonna do Mark, Tony, Mark, Tony, Mark, Tony. I don't know. It's just fun. This was the funnest book of the whole series. This was the one I enjoyed the most and read the quickest, by the way. I flew through this book because it was so much fun. The stuff with the grandmother, the stuff with Simon. The writing was on the wall. The minute they walked through the door, you knew it was over for her and Simon. Simon lied. He didn't tell her about his past. How can you omit? She's all telling him David, and she's got the history with Mark, and she's got all this furniture, luggage, and he's got a huge, and he doesn't tell her. How can he omit the fact that he was married once? And then how can he not know that the lawyer never filed the papers? You're still married. So We'll see what happens. I could rant about this book for hours. It was so much fun. So, are we gonna get together with Tony here or what? We'll have to see. I'm rooting for Mark. I'm rooting for the Cub. Yay, go Mark, go Mark, go Mark. Who killed David? Her grandfather? And who killed Valerie? And good Lord, are we gonna get over the dog? The dog, she's just obsessive compulsive about that dog. And I'm obsessive compulsive about the fact that the dog belonged to somebody else first. And if she was gonna give Addie a dog, she could at least named it something different. Oh, and do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe, please. Have a good one.